morning, Carmel. I'm Merrick Maggio. It's 8:03. Let's get into some current events. President Joe Biden is making headlines tonight after addressing a personal health matter directly with the American people. In a post shared earlier today on X, formerly known as Twitter, President Joe Biden confirmed that he has been diagnosed with cancer. The announcement, though brief, was candid and heartfelt. He expressed gratitude for the support of his family and medical team and reassured the nation that he remains focused on his duties as Commander-in-Chief. While details about the type and stage of the diagnosis have not yet been made public, White House officials say the president is receiving treatment and will continue to carry out his responsibilities. The post has prompted an outpouring of support from across the political spectrum, with lawmakers, world leaders, and citizens offering messages of strength and recovery. That's all we have for current events. Up next is Jay with announcements.
Welcome back. I'm Jaden Hampton with announcements. Senior final exams will take place today and tomorrow. These exams will be during the regularly scheduled class time. Any missed exams must be made up by the honors convocation on Thursday, and they can be made up on Wednesday before or after graduation practice. Tomorrow is a B-Day schedule with flex time after school. This means most teachers will be in their classrooms for about an hour after school. This is a great time to get extra help, ask questions, or make up missing tests and classwork. Please consider donating to the Ambassadors Club food drive to help Avon Township fill its food pantry. They are looking for any non-perishable donations. This drive will run from May 12th to May 23rd, and the location for drop-offs is the Welcome Center. If you have any questions, please reach out to Brinley Martin. There will be a meeting for all those interested in wrestling on Wednesday, May 21st at 3:15 in room 105 to discuss the summer workouts. Closing announcements: senior superlatives are due by noon today. Seniors, no late submissions will be accepted, so get your superlatives done by noon. That's all for announcements. I'm Jaden Hampton. CDN News will be right back.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Justin Young. I'm the president of Advice Friendly Classroom at Carmel Catholic High School. Now, for many of us, one of the biggest decisions we'll ever make is where we go to college. And it's not just a decision. It's a journey of growth and discovery. And along the way, we'll uncover various clues, tools, and objects that represent the lessons we learned in Advice Friendly Classroom. And me and my team found it fitting that since we're the Carmel Corsairs, and a Corsair is another word for a pirate, we'll take you on a treasure hunt. Now, before we start, I want to ask you guys to please hold your applause to the very end of the presentation. Now let's start where every journey begins, how you show up.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. That's one of the first things I heard at my very first ABC meeting. I didn't realize how true that'd be until I started applying to college, because how you present yourself truly matters. This is the foundation of personal branding, and it's one of the most important things I've learned through ABC. At first, I thought a personal brand was something that was meant for big companies or famous influencers, but I realized that we all have a personal brand. It's how you show up in the world, through how you speak, how you dress, even what you post online. ABC made me think about the impression I was leaving and whether it was true to who I really am. Good morning, everyone. My name is Allie Williams, and I'm a senior at Carmel Catholic High School. I'm a vice president and a 2-year member of ABC. Now, before I go on, I'd like to ask someone in the crowd to help me out. So you should have a pink chest under your chair. Could you open it and then let me know what you find inside?
It's a mirror.
Okay, so now I'd like everyone else to picture this in your head. What do you see when you look into a mirror? Now, what you're looking at or thinking about isn't just your reflection in the mirror. It's a reminder that you are your brand. Every day, your words, your values, your actions, you're telling your story and sharing that with the world. I'd like you to keep in mind this reflection as I share my story, because your personal brand isn't just how you show up in the world, how the world sees you, it's knowing yourself and being confident, and sometimes that takes a journey. Now, when you're applying to college, admissions officers don't have the chance to meet you. They can't see you or speak to you. All they see is your application. So your grades, your test scores, your essay, your activities list. ABC taught me that I really had to brand myself in a way that makes me stand out. And I did that through my personal essay. Believe it or not, I wrote about pancakes. I wrote about the time I spent with my dad growing up in the kitchen as a metaphor and connected it to finding my identity as an adopted child from China. My dad and I would spend countless mornings in the kitchen mixing up different recipes and navigating many, many failures. Sometimes we'd leave the pancakes on the griddle too long and they'd burn, or we'd flip them too early and they'd fall apart. Some days the recipe felt like it was missing something, like a secret ingredient, but we couldn't quite figure out what that was. Similarly, I went through my own process of trial and error and figuring out who I was. Growing up, I found myself changing different parts of myself to try and fit in with those around me. I also took a DNA test, thinking that would give me a better understanding of my roots and where I came from. Each experience, each failure, every challenge was an ingredient that shaped me and my brand. Now back to that secret ingredient, turns out it was a little bit of maple syrup that we put in the batter that gave the pancakes the perfect sweetness. Now the secret ingredient that I needed for finding my identity and understanding who I was confidence, like Mr. Lamaglia was talking about earlier. ABC gave me the confidence to share this story in a way that was thoughtful, clear, and authentic, in a way that made me and my brand stand out. Now, going back to that reflection I was talking about earlier, I'd like you all to think about something that makes you, you. What's something that makes you stand out from the person that you're sitting next to right now? This could be you're an amazing athlete, or maybe a talented musician, a great artist. What you're thinking about right now, that's what makes you, you. It's your personal brand, and it gives you power. It makes you unique. Because at the end of the day, the strongest brand you can create is one that's true to you. Now that you know who you are, the next step is sharing it with others, and that's where connection comes in.
Now, I used to think networking was reserved for people with suits, LinkedIn accounts, and business cards. I felt distant, like it wasn't for me. But ABC helped me to change that mindset. It showed me that it's not always about having the answers, rather than being able to communicate and build upon those relationships. That's what an email can do for you, as it did for me in my journey of becoming a football recruit. I'm Tommy Lamberti, and I'm a proud Vice President of Carmel's Advice Beyond the Classroom program. Now, how about we get a little hands-on here? Can I have the person with the black chest underneath their chair please open it and tell me what's inside? A letter. Thank you. Think of someone who you'd like to write a letter to. A parent, a teacher, a mentor in a field you're interested in. What would you say to that person? Make it clear, make it intentional, and make it purposeful. When I was reaching out to college coaches, I had to find a way to be professional, but still be myself. I couldn't just say, hi, I'm interested. I had to separate myself from the rest of the group. I did research and found things that we had in common. I made sure my highlight tape stuck out, and I made sure that my tone was respectful. Now, all this didn't happen overnight, but this led to respect. And with respect came me earning a scholarship. I'm thankful to say that I had ABC to help me along that path, because it taught me that it's not always about being clear or being polished, rather than it is about being able to go out and build upon those conversations and be yourself. Now, of course, along the way, there are people who help you get there, people who hand you the next clue.
Now, I know we've all seen those zero-to-hero movies like Star Wars or The Karate Kid, where the mentor teaches the student everything they need to know, and in the end, the student ends up becoming a master in the craft and excels at whatever talent they needed to do. Well, in my case, instead of preparing to join the Rebel Alliance and win the All-Valley Karate Tournament, I'm preparing to excel in college, my career, and everything in between. Now, I invite the person with the silver chest under their chair, please open it up and hold in the air what you find inside.
key.
Yes, exactly. It is a key. Now, a key might not seem very valuable until you find out what it opens. And that is what mentorship is all about. Because a good mentor isn't there to give you the answers. They're there to tell you that you have the power to unlock your skills and talents to overcome your challenges. But I want you all to take a moment and think about that person in your life. Who is someone who believed in you before you believed in yourself? Now for me, that's people like Mr. Zeman, Mr. Lamaglio, and other ABC leaders who came. And to me, their mentorship wasn't just about advice, but about perspective. Whether I was struggling with an application, overwhelmed by deadlines, or second-guessing an essay, they were there to give me motivation, clarity, and above all, share their experience, so I don't have to go through this new process blind. Now, think back to that mentor. Think back to that mentor. What are some ways they helped you unlock your potential? They helped you uncover your skills and talents. Because I know something. My mentors showed me that I had the key in my hand all along. The key to my confidence. The key to overcoming my challenges. And I know as I go into college and into my career, I'll carry those mentors with me. And someday, I plan to hand someone a key of their own. Now, of course, along our journey, our clues might not just be people, but our mindset.
Now to get us started, can I please have the person that has the blue ribbon chest please open it and just shout out very loudly what's inside.
It's a $100 bill.
Exactly. Thank you. Now what if I were to give each of you right now $100? What would you do with it? Now I'm sure most of you would spend it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you invested just 20% of it? That's exactly what ABC opened my eyes to. The power of investing for the future. Hello everyone, my name is Cooper Riley. I'm a senior and vice president of ABC at Carmel Catholic. One day in the beginning of my junior year, I was scrolling on my social media feed, and I came across this video that was talking about something called a Roth IRA. Now it was brief, and I didn't really learn much. It wasn't until the end of my junior year when I heard the term again. It was in one of our meetings. We were discussing things like financial literacy and what it means to long-term invest. I started to become interested. I began to do some research, and I started to learn about things like compound interest and diversification, and ultimately how I could just let my money work for me. I was so intrigued with this financial planning that I decided to open up my own Roth IRA. Right now, I'm fortunate enough to live with my parents, so I've been able to invest as much as I can in the Roth because I don't have any expenses. I've learned that even if it's just 10 or 20%, it's a habit that's going to pay off for me in the long run. And the most important thing this Roth IRA has taught me is discipline. It's taught me to be financially mature and intentional with my decisions. It's also taught me some strong savings habits that will carry with me in the future. Now, using this long-term mindset that I gained from ABC and my Roth IRA, I applied this to my college decision process. At first, this process just seemed like this overwhelming expense, but then I started to approach it like my Roth IRA, as an investment. I stopped looking at the negatives and started to focus on the value that I can gain from the schools with what opportunities they have. Now, ABC taught me that intentional choices like investing 20% of my paycheck or researching colleges all help build that foundation for the future. It taught me that investing isn't just about the money. It's about the mindset change to think long-term. And these habits will carry with me beyond college, helping me make informed decisions like either starting a business or buying my first home. Without ABC, I wouldn't have gained this long-term mindset that's helping shape my personal and financial future.
Many people often think of investing in their future financially, but the most valuable investment you can make is in yourself. And it starts with how you show up in an interview. Interviewing is a life skill, and the truth is, most people aren't ready for it. Were you aware that 67% of young people cannot maintain eye contact in an interview? And another 26% brought a parent to their very first one. But the most intimidating part is almost always the first question. Tell me about yourself. Can I have the person with the purple chest please open it and tell us what's inside?
It's Post-it notes that say, tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself. Think about that question. How would you answer it? How would you authentically show up as yourself? How would you present yourself in a manner that is clear and confident? My name is Sam Leahy. I'm a vice president of ABC, and I've been through the interview process several times. But the most important time was for a full tuition scholarship to my top school. My interview was over Zoom, so I was at a disadvantage. No eye contact, no handshake, no way to connect the way you usually would. That's where ABC came in. I used the skills that I had learned to help me be successful in this interview. I made sure to look directly into the camera as if I was making eye contact. And when asked if I had questions for the interviewers, I asked things such as, what do you love about teaching here? What keeps you coming back? And can you tell me more about the research you've conducted? And that last question sparked something. One of my interviewers had done research in literature, something I'm passionate about as well. Suddenly, we weren't just talking, we were connecting. That's what ABC taught me, how to make an impact, how to authentically be myself. Those skills that I learned at ABC took me into a successful opportunity instead of a stressful moment. Think about that question one more time. Tell me about yourself. How would you authentically answer it? How would you show up to make a clear and confident impression? Now, all of these clues, your mentors, your voice, your brand, your mindset, they all lead you to one final choice.
Every journey leads somewhere. And for us, this presentation and our entire high school career has built toward one thing, our final college decision. Hi, I'm Evan Valinsky, I'm a senior, and this is my second year doing ABC. And all throughout high school, all I wanted to do was get into a good school. I thought that that's what determined my worth and justify the hard work that I put in over the past 3 years. So when the time came to make a decision, I wanted to be sure it was the right one. Ultimately, after spending countless hours on the Common App drafting ideas and waiting for colleges to return to me with their decisions, it came down to Notre Dame, Boston College, and Indiana University. Notre Dame quickly stood out. Not because it was the obvious choice, but because I knew what to look for. ABC taught me the importance of networking and how who you know matters more than what you know. And luckily for me, Notre Dame was recently voted to have the 5th best alumni network in the country. Now, we've been taught that these networks can influence potential job opportunities, mentorships, and even long-term career growth. Now take a minute and think about your map. Where are you headed? Are there any factors or decisions that you're not considering, like the ones ABC exposed to me? Because there may not be one perfect path, but when you know what to ask and trust what you've learned, you'll find your way. Just like everyone up here on the stage with me did. And just like any great treasure, the value isn't in where you end up. It's in how you got there. My name is Evan Valinsky, and next year I'll be attending the University of Notre Dame studying finance.
My name is Allie Williams, and next year I will be attending Auburn University and majoring in marketing.
My name is Tommy Lamberti, and next year I'll be attending Western Illinois University while playing football and studying construction management.
My name is Cooper Riley, and I'll be going to the University of Tennessee and studying finance and accounting.
My name is Sam Leahy, and next year I'll be attending Michigan State University studying special education.
And my name is Justin Young. Next year I'll be attending Miami University in Ohio studying marketing with a co-major in entrepreneurship. So as you can see, ABC didn't just help us get into college. It helped us prepare for life beyond the classroom. And that is a treasure that lasts. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.
Another round of applause. Guys, that was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, man. I'm glad I'm not a judge. Good luck.
So pale.
Mikey, you're live.
Anyways, if you're still watching, welcome back. I'm Maggie McConville here with Jonah Gonzalez and Ryan Phoenix to talk a little bit about our senior experience. So first off, do you guys want to start off with talking about one of your favorite memories or something that's made your time at Carmel like really special?
My favorite memories, honestly, are doing the Street Scene Student Show and then also doing Kairos. I love Kairos, and I think it's a wonderful experience. And yeah.
I think for me, two of my favorite memories, first is being a student section leader this year was really fun. Like, football season's always so special. It's like super easy way for like the whole school to just get involved in some extracurricular stuff at football games and like show up and show out with their themes and like their fun outfits and everything. And then second would probably be the last choir concert of the year. It was really special.
Yeah.
Like all of us had a really good time. So yeah.
Absolutely. And then, like, obviously you guys are involved in a lot of activities, like campus ministry and the student section leader, and all of us are in choir. What do you think makes those activities special, like, at Carmel? Obviously, like, we're a Catholic high school, but, like, what's something about Carmel that you think has really shaped you as a person throughout your 4 years?
Obviously there's the whole like faith aspect of Carmel, which I like a lot. But there's like Carmel puts like a strong emphasis on like community, and I really, and I know it's like that's what everyone comes on here and says, but like it's like it's so easy to come in here and like make friends doing like super fun things, and it's just a lot of fun to go here.
Yeah.
I agree with Ryan. Like the people really make the place, and it's such a warm, welcoming, and encouraging environment. And without Carmel, like it fosters an environment that helps you grow in confidence and like self-worth, and just everyone wants to see you succeed. So having that kind of like-minded mindset like around the school, like it's just really helpful because it really sets you up for a good future outside of Carmel when you graduate.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on the topic of community, is there anybody that you guys want to shout out for having a really big impact on you? Teachers, friends, family?
I'll shout out a few teachers. Mrs. Hawk, you're awesome. Mr. Waddle, you're also awesome. Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Brino, Mrs.
Advisory
Hawk,
104.
obviously, Miss Lindgren. All of my teachers this year have been really wonderful, especially like making senior year, like obviously like we work hard at school, but also making it a fun last couple months.
Yeah, absolutely. And teachers are definitely a really big part of that community aspect, like creating community in their classrooms and just around the school. I love it when like teachers stand in the halls. One that comes to mind is both Mr. Smith's. And yeah, so to close us out today, do you guys have any advice for the underclassmen, or just some final thoughts on being a senior and like growing up?
I guess my advice for the underclassmen would just be like, if you're not in anything right now, like find something. There are so many things to do here that like, and you can like meet awesome people doing any of them, whether it's sports, whether it's fine arts, whether it's clubs, like, or like, I don't know, like volunteering. I'm sure you can like find people with that. And like there's so many ways to find people here. And so like, I don't know, just find your niche, and it's awesome.
On that note, I agree, and something that's really helped me like kind of branch out, like Ryan said, and get involved is just not letting the fear of embarrassment hold you back. Like it's really important to remember that like it's okay to be yourself, and people like you for you. And like if you're trying to put up a front all the time, that's not helpful at all. Like you're not going to find your real friends that actually care about you. You're not going to feel accomplished because you're not doing it out of sincerity. So like just stay true to yourself. Find friends who you care about, who care about you, and it'll all work out. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. I really can't say anything else. Thank you guys so much for coming on with me today. I know you guys are going to go far. That's all we have for CDN News today. Have a marvelous Monday, Carmel.